Hey guys, it's Melanie, and today in my skincare must-have series, I'm going to talk to you guys about exfoliation. And there are two main ways that you can exfoliate your skin. The first, and I guess most popular way to exfoliate your skin is to use a scrub. That is something that a lot of people have done for a very long time. There are lots of different scrubs out on the market. I do use a physical or manual exfoliant on my skin, and the one that I really like and talk about quite a bit is the Acure Brightening Facial Scrub. Now, one thing you do want to know is that if you have delicate or really sensitive skin, I really don't recommend using a physical or manual exfoliant on your skin because it can create tiny tears on your skin and it can damage your skin, especially if you are really aggressive with the scrub. When you're using a product like this, you want to be really gentle when you're working it into your skin. Use lots of water to get some extra lubrication there to help the product glide across your face. You really don't want to aggressively scrub your skin. Also, if you have really active acne breakouts, I really wouldn't recommend using a product like this because you can potentially spread that acne bacteria to other areas of your face. So really the best candidate for a physical exfoliator such as this one is someone who has pretty tough skin, doesn't have any active breakouts, and someone who finds that they get a benefit from manually exfoliating their skin with a physical exfoliator such as this brightening facial scrub from Acure. So that's really probably one of the most popular ways to exfoliate your skin. There's lots out there on the market. There's the Exfoliate from Kate Somerville. There is the St. Ives scrubs that we all know and love. There are scrubs from Freeman that are really great and that I enjoy using. But they're not for everybody, so just know that. The second, I think, even more effective way that you can exfoliate your skin is through chemical exfoliation. And I know that sounds really intimidating because when you think of chemical peels for the face, you think of something that you go to like a dermatologist's office to have done, where they basically, pour acid on your face and your face just peels off. Yes, you can do those extreme peels, and they can also use lasers to do peels as well. But you can do those extreme peels, and you can also do a much more gentle approach. It may take a little bit longer to see results by doing the chemical exfoliation at home, but over time, if you continue to use them, you can see some pretty dramatic results. Now, the key here is using it over time and using it consistently. If you are not using any of your products consistently on your face and you're not seeing changes, you shouldn't be surprised by that. If you have a skincare routine, it's something that you have to stick by pretty religiously in order to actually see long-term results. It has taken me definitely quite some time to get my skin into really good shape. I will say that my skin at 37 now, actually looks better than it did in my mid to late 20s. I didn't know as much about skincare back then, and while, I always washed my face, I wasn't using the best products. So I've really gotten into skincare over the last couple years, and it has made a huge difference for me, and you guys are even telling me that my skin looks very good for my age. So I feel like I've found a really good routine for myself, and one of the key ingredients for me is using a chemical exfoliation. Now, there's two different types of chemical exfoliators that you can use at home. There is an AHA or an alpha hydroxy acid, or a BHA, a beta hydroxy acid. I do have some notes in front of me here, so I am going to be reading just a little bit because I want to make sure that I get all of the information across to you guys. But I'm also going to be showing you some products at the same time. So first off, AHA, alpha hydroxy acids. Those particular types of exfoliants are, they are primarily geared towards exfoliating the top layers of your skin. So an alpha hydroxy acid is not going to go very deep into your skin and help with exfoliating deep inside of your pores. So an AHA isn't probably going to be the best option for somebody who wants to use a chemical exfoliant to help treat their acne or their blackheads. That's what BHAs are for. What AHAs are really good for are people who have sun damage. So brown spots or discoloration from, you know, previous acne breakouts, scars, things like that. Those are really going to be the types of issues that are going to be best treated by an alpha hydroxy acid. And there are 3 products that I use that work really well for me. Now, before I show you these, I should tell you that my skin type is extremely oily. Combination, I would say, in a few key areas, like right here, and sometimes around like my eyebrow, just at the beginning of my eyebrow here. But for the most part, everything else on my face is oily. Also, my skin is really tough. So I tend to be a lot more aggressive with my AHA and BHA treatments. You will need to learn what your skin tolerates. You are going to have to do some trial and error. You might be able to use an AHA or a BHA or both every single day, or you might only be able to use it once a week or once a month. You're really going to have to play around with that until your skin really starts showing you some results. And, you know, sometimes it's better to also kind of work up to using a product every other day or every day. So just kind of keep that in mind. But let's talk about some of the options that have worked really well for me. In terms of things that you can get at the drugstore, the Studio 35 Alpha Hydroxy Face Cream is an 8% AHA solution. I have done an in-depth video on this. It is actually one of my most viewed videos on YouTube. I will go ahead and link it down below for you. This is something that I found at Walgreens. I don't actually know if they still sell it in store. They may still have it online. You might be able to find it on Amazon. I'll see if I can find it. If I can, I will link it down below. Now, this is a cream that does not have any fragrance. It's just very basic. Now, I no longer really use this on my face as much as I use it on my neck and my décolleté. I find that it works extremely well in those areas. It is a fairly hydrating product, and it works really well for me on my neck and my chest. I have definitely used it on my face, and it works great on my face too, but I have found other products that are a little bit more aggressive for my face, and so this still has a place in my skincare routine, just not where it originally started out. So it's moving south a little bit. Another option is the Alpha Hydrox Intensive Serum. This is a 14% glycolic AHA. So this is a liquid. You can find this at Ulta. I believe that's where I actually bought this bottle. It's fairly affordable. I want to say that this was somewhere in the maybe $15 to $18 range, and you can also use your $3.50 off coupons, obviously, at Ulta. So this is fairly affordable. So this basically is more of a liquid type formula that you can either pour into the palm of your hand and then work into your skin. You can leave it on, or you can rinse it off after like 20 minutes. I chose to leave this on. And you do get a mild stinging sensation from this. Most alpha hydroxy acids are made with either glycolic or lactic acid. And, you know, they do, when they first get on your skin, if you've never used them before, you might feel that tingling sensation from that lactic or glycolic acid. But it shouldn't be anything that's crazy painful. If it is, you might need to go to a lower concentration of an AHA. So this one's pretty intense at 14%, so keep that in mind. But this one is really, really good. You can also just put this on a cotton pad and spread it around your face that way, whatever works best for you. And the third one, the one that I just actually recently started using, is the Resist Weekly Resurfacing Treatment 10% AHA. This is a glycolic acid from Paula's Choice. And this is what the bottle looks like. I have been using this every other night, alternating it with my BHA on the opposite nights. So I use an AHA and a BHA personally because I do have some slight discoloration on my skin. AHAs also, because they work on more of like a surface level, are really good for helping with fine lines and wrinkles, and I am starting to see those things. You can use this all the way up underneath your eye area here, but you don't want to get it close to the lash line or on your eyelids. It can irritate those delicate areas, but you can definitely take it. You know, if you have some crow's feet out here, you can apply this over that area, and over time, it will help to exfoliate those surface cells and help to reveal younger, fresher looking skin. So that's what an AHA really does. It helps to release that almost glue-like substance that holds your skin cells together and forces them to release, go away, and reveal the younger skin underneath. Like, that's the most basic way of explaining it, right? But this one is really, really good. Again, I will link this stuff down below for you. Sorry, I lost my notes here. Let me pull this back up. Okay, so those are AHAs. BHAs. So BHAs predominantly come from salicylic acid. I believe that's the only source of like a BHA. It's a beta hydroxy acid. Beta hydroxy acids are really good for those of us that have blackheads, milia, whiteheads, acne of any kind, really, because what a BHA does that an AHA doesn't do is it's able to penetrate into your pores. AHAs really are not strong enough to be able to do that, but a salicylic acid can do that, which is why that is the most frequent form of acne treatment that you see out there, is salicylic acid. Some people, benzoyl peroxide works a little bit better, but most people have really good success with salicylic acid. So it works its way into your pores. It's got antimicrobial properties. It helps to clear the pore. It pushes stuff up to the surface so that it can then be swept away and your pore is left clean. With continued use, your pores stay clear. So as long as you are using the BHA on a regular basis, it works its way down into your pores, breaks down any stubborn dirt, oil, makeup, whatever you have in there, and it forces it out of the pore. So BHA, again, really good for those of you that struggle with blackheads, which is a problem that I have struggled with for years. More so than anything, blackheads are my issue. And I have to say that using a BHA regularly has been life-changing in that department, because I have really enlarged pores and they fill very quickly. And that's obnoxious, especially since I have oily skin. Like, that overproduction of oil tends to create blackheads extremely quickly, because that oil just grabs onto any dirt, makeup, whatever in the air and sucks it into the pore and then creates this blackhead. So the BHAs that I've been using have been helping to basically clear my pores out. I still have enlarged pores. Like, once your pores are stretched out, they're never really going to shrink, but you can make them look smaller by not having them full of, you know, dirt and blackheads and oil and all of that stuff. So that's how you're going to get clear pores when you have large pores, is you just have to constantly be on top of it and clearing them. The two best products that I have ever found to keep my pores clear, and this I've talked about for ages on my channel now. It's the Paula's Choice Resist BHA 9. This is for stubborn imperfections. This is a 9% salicylic acid solution, and it is it's the best thing I've ever used. It is a liquid form, and I use this all over my face. I use one pump, and one pump is enough to cover my entire face. This is certainly a very small container, but I use it usually every 3 days, and one pump does my entire face. Now, it is meant to be a spot treatment, but one pump gets you quite a bit of product, so I just spread it out all over the place, since I really have enlarged pores all over my face. Like, I'm talking forehead, nose, chin, cheeks. Like, there isn't really an area on my face that, like, I can't really see my pores. It's genetic, it's unfortunate, but it is the way that it is. So this works really great for me. If you like a more liquid form of an exfoliant, the Resist Daily Pore Refining Treatment 2% BHA would be a great option because it is more of a liquid. I put this on a cotton pad and I will alternate it with the BHA 9. So I just put that all over my face. By the way, in terms of order of application, when you are doing your skincare routine, it's obviously thinnest to thickest product. So for example, you're going to cleanse your face, you're going to use your toner, you're going to use your liquid exfoliant, then you will use your moisturizer, or, you know, if you're doing a serum, maybe put the serum on first and then your moisturizer. It just depends on your unique routine. So that's the order in which you apply these products here. It's good to wait at least a minute or two if you can in between each step to give some of those products to like absorb into your skin a little bit. But if you don't have time for that, you know, you can certainly go in rapid succession and that should be fine. But this Resist Daily Pore Refining Treatment has worked the best for me. I have tried the Skin Balancing Pore Refining Exfoliant from Paula's Choice, but I found that to be a little bit too oily feeling on my skin. This is much more liquidy and it absorbs very readily. So there's that. Some people prefer the other one. I prefer the Resist formula. It just works a little bit better for me. And I'm actually going to reach down into my empties container here because I have another exfoliator I can share with you. Where did it go? So this is another liquid exfoliant. This is actually the Resist Weekly Retexturizing Foaming Treatment. This is a 4% BHA. So you can obviously get some different strengths with BHAs. So this is 2%, 4%, 9%. 4%, I didn't really care for this, I have to be honest. One, the smell, for some reason, it smells like hot dog juice to me. Ugh, ugh. The smell is rough, I gotta admit. Like, it's really rough on this one, but it's a great product. It works really well, but I will not repurchase this one just for the sole fact that when I came to bed with this on my face, Craig would be like, why does it smell like hot dogs in here? And that's not romantic, right? So great option if you can get past the smell. So just know that there is also a 4% option out there as well. If you're just starting out, go for a 2% and work your way up. I mean, unless you know you have really tough skin. So anyway, again, BHA has the anti-inflammatory, antibacterial action that can help with breakouts. AHAs really are best for those of you that are looking to undo some sun damage or just general discoloration in your skin, because again, the AHAs work more on the surface than, you know, deeper into your skin layers. So yeah, those are your two options when it comes to at-home chemical exfoliation. I do, like I said, use a physical exfoliant on top of these guys. I will usually use something like this in the morning. I don't use this every single day, maybe every third day, and it just helps to slough off any dead skin cells for me. I also use a Clarisonic, and I know there are going to be those of you that are going to be like, it's too much exfoliation. My skin can handle it. Your skin may not be able to handle it, so you really have to gauge this with some trial and error. So don't be afraid to try new things on your skin. If you find that you have a reaction, just back off on the amount of time that you're using the product. Maybe go from every day to every third day and then build back up. Or maybe you only need a treatment once a week. It really is going to depend on your unique skin type and what you can handle. So links for everything will be down below. One thing I also wanted to say is that if you are someone that has rosacea, which I know is a really tricky skin problem, there is research that says that BHAs are better for those of you with rosacea. So do a little bit of digging into that if you do have rosacea and you want to try a chemical exfoliant. Look into that because this might be really useful for you. So anyway, let me know if you guys have any additional questions down below. I hope that this was helpful. I will continue to do more skincare must-haves in this particular series. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.